the Taoists started doing a practice, a meditation practice. But in the West, not so soon. As a matter of fact, we didn't even have in English a word of meditation until the 12th century AD. So we're talking another couple thousand years. But we have very many different types of meditation. I mean, over that time, I mean, you can imagine, from practically the beginning of human beings on this planet, we've been meditating. So from that time to now, thousands of variations. I mean, in Christianity, they like to call prayer their meditation. But it's also moved into the secular area of life. A lot of psychotherapists and stuff have started using meditation to reduce stress, to help people focus their mental capacity. And we, of course, in Unity use it for spiritual growth, as well as the other side benefits of reducing stress and making your mind a little clearer. And there is scientific evidence to prove that meditation, that's the act of meditating, does have those benefits. Those are true physical benefits resulting from meditation. So we could have the next slide. These are just some of the types of meditation. Mindfulness meditation, transcendental meditation, cultivation practices, guided imagery, movement meditation, future visualization, gratitude meditation, body scan meditation, and we'll get to forest bathing in a minute. But let's talk about each of these briefly. Mindfulness meditation. It's rooted in the Buddhist tradition. Teaches us how to redirect our attention back to where we want our attention. Pays a lot of, this method is also paying a lot of attention to our present moment experiences. And I would hope that as you go through this mindfulness meditation, that you would do it with a curiosity and an openness and a willingness to accept what you find. This is truly an inward investigation. This is what meditation is. My wife and I like to watch detective shows, whether they're modern detective shows or period or future. Doesn't seem to matter. And that's what we're doing here, is it not? We're investigating ourselves, our inner soul. And wouldn't you want to do that with openness and curiosity? Anyway, transcendental meditation. This one is one where you really need a teacher. And that teacher will give you a word, a mantra for you to repeat over and over and over and over and over. And you need to concentrate on your mind on that word until you literally go beyond your surface level of awareness. You actually transcend your surface level of awareness. Cultivation practices, many different types, again coming from mostly the Buddhist tradition. In this one, the goal is to nurture states of loving kindness, of compassion, joy. For it is out of these practices come out of the mindfulness movement, but focus on cultivating a specific positive state of heart or mind. Guided imagery. That's a type of meditation that is more goal-directed. You're focused on a specific intention now, such as healing, relaxation, preparing to go to sleep. And usually this involves taking you on a little trip in your mind, going to the beach, feeling the sand, hearing the waves, that kind of thing. Okay. Movement meditation is next. Now, in a movement meditation, you would do as you think you'd do, is you'd move. Tai Chi, yoga, walking, movement meditation. Future visualization meditation. This is where you imagine what you want the future to look like, what you want to be doing, and whether it's in the next hour or the next day or week or 5 years down the road. That's what you're imaging in your mind as you meditate. Gratitude meditation promotes a positive mood, hope, and resilience. It can be simple. It can be as simple as sitting quietly, breathing deeply, and thinking about all the people that you're grateful for. A body scan meditation, also called progressive relaxation. It's a type of meditation that guides you to focus on different parts of your body as you start to relax and start your meditation. We're going to get into that in a few minutes. And last but not least, forest bathing. This is a type of meditation that was actually created by, in the 1980s, by the Japanese Ministry of Agriculture. They created this term, forest bathing, which means to absorb the forest atmosphere. In other words, meditating in nature. Next slide, please. Like this. It's as simple as that. I think if anybody needs directions on how to do that, you can talk to Brian. But that's all you're doing. You're sitting in nature, you're enjoying the sights and sounds and smells of our natural world. Of course, while you're out there in the natural world, you might want to, next slide, watch out for the bear sitting in the woods.
Meditating.
He's actually meditating, sitting in a lotus position.
Visualizing his next meal.
That photo was taken with a telescopic lens. But so those are some of the types of meditation. But I don't know about you, but when I started meditation, and even today it happens a lot, my meditation goes something like my next slide. Yeah, I'm in it. I'm in the moment. This is it. Okay. I'm hungry. Where's the potato chips? That's how do you do that? Well, it just so happens Unity has already thought about that. Can you imagine? As a matter of fact, there was a lady by the name of Jenny Croft in 1928 that devised a 4-step lesson plan for meditation. I guess we can go to the next slide, I guess. And this is the 4 steps: relaxation, concentration, meditation, realization. Those are our 4 steps. Relaxation, self-explanatory. You're trying to just relax. Concentration, again, now we're starting to focus. Meditation is really the blending of the first 2. Relaxing to concentrate. That's meditation. And realization, that's the combination of all 3. So what do you say we give it a try? Let's give it a try. Let's, because we're talking about meditation, what I want to do is I want to put into exercise. You can go back one more. Yeah, back. Because I want to stay on this up here for right now. So let's assume a comfortable meditation position. Now normally, the last few times I've done this, I've had to do our little 9 count of breathing in order to relax. If you'd like to do that, it's 1, 2, 3 intake, 4, 5, 6 hold, 7, 8, 9 release. Okay, you want to start? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beginners in the science of meditation are prone to think that entering the silence means only stilling the thought. But it's impossible for one to cease mental activity when the body is tense, when nerves are taut, and muscles are rigid. Under these conditions, our spirit has very little opportunity to enter the body. Therefore, it is necessary to train the body to respond to our mental suggestions of relaxation. We're going to begin with the very top of our head. I want you to mentally direct your attention to the top of your head. And then slowly and firmly in your head, repeat the word relax 3 times. We want to relax, relax, relax. Now we direct our attention to the muscles and nerves of the forehead. And we say, relax, relax, relax. I want you to focus your attention onto the muscles and nerves surrounding your eyes. And again, relax. Your eyelids should close lightly, but not with any effort. All we want you to do is let go of that tension around your eyes. Continuing with this relaxation, we come to our facial muscles. the nerves around our nose and mouth, and again, keeping your focus there. Relax. 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 The neck is the next area we're going to work on. There are many muscles that are in that neck and accompanying nerves governing the motions. These muscles and their nerves need to relax. Concentrate on your neck and just relax. Your neck should fall into a natural position. Next, we move to the shoulders. Centering your attention on this part of your body, on your shoulders, just relax. Let them droop. Relax. Relax. Now we're going to go down our arms. Begin at the shoulder. Relax the shoulder. Relax the elbows. Out into your hand and your fingertips. Just concentrating on that until your arms are entirely limp. They're so limp that you might feel they're going to drop right off your shoulders. But they won't. And now I want you to bring your attention to the main part of your body, which is, we're going to break up into 3 regions. There'll be an upper part, the diaphragm in the center, and then the lower part of the abdomen and small of back. To each of these places, we want to direct our attention. So we're going to start with the upper part. The upper part of your chest should still be relaxed. Your diaphragm. Now to the lower part of your abdomen. Ideally, we should take about 5 minutes for each of these different places. But now we need to move to our lower limbs, to our legs. So from our hips to our toes, we relax. We relax. Now comes the important part. The final relaxation takes place at nearly the center of the body, the solar plexus. While dwelling in thought upon the practice of relaxation at this center, we often become conscious of a spiritual awakening, as if the very presence of the Christ Spirit is making itself felt through our whole being. The personal self has ceased its domination over us. The divine nature has been aroused to activity, and its harmony permeates us. At this point, you should have put everything out of your mind and relax until you are inert and not conscious of your body at all. This little exercise of calming yourself, of relaxing. We recommend that you arrange to do it in the same place, the same time, every day, or the days that you choose. Just make the whole scene as comfortable and as welcoming as you can. At this point, we're going to move on to lesson 2 of concentration. This is the second step in our method of meditation. And again, after spending 5 to 10 minutes in practice of relaxation, we're ready to begin our exercise in concentration. To be still in the body is not enough. Real stillness is to be still in mind. So we shall center our attention this time on a word. And that word is omnipresence. I just want you to put that word in your mind. I don't want you to define it at this point. I just want you to see that word, omnipresence, in your mind. And see how long you can hold a steady thought focused on that one word. And don't beat yourself up if it's not very long. But we need to train our mind so that it obeys us, just as our body obeys us. We want to shut out every thought, every possible thought, and just concentrate on omnipresence. This is probably one of the hardest things that we need to practice in meditation, is this method of concentration. Because we are realizing that mankind is awakening within our soul to the fact that we are not in complete control or domination over even ourselves. And we need to begin to train our mental forces so that we can come into the fullness of our domination of our own body and mind. Again, during this phase, we should be doing this for at least 5 minutes. But I want to move on to the next phase. And that is meditation. Now we want to, seeing our word omnipresence, now we want to ask ourselves what this word means. Let's begin to analyze the word. Because we know, as we go through this step, that the indwelling presence of Spirit will give us the wisdom to reveal to ourselves what the meaning of and purpose of the word omnipresence is. We divide the word into 2 parts. Omni, meaning all, nothing but all, the allness that we speak of every week, our eachness in that allness. Presence is the state of being present and at hand. Omnipresence means present in all places at the same time. No other presence, nothing ever present but our Spirit who is within us and all about us. For it is in Spirit we live and move and have our being. within the innermost depths of consciousness of our soul, we contact this one presence and we feel its power. It's not a sensation. That's not what we're feeling. It's an inner knowing that we call feeling, taking possession of us. Omnipresence is the one presence. It is the wisdom, the union of wisdom and love, and it is within us. We meditate on our innate divinity. By doing this, it elevates us to a higher spiritual realm of thought, where we connect with Spirit and we realize our oneness. This is the first step in the realization that we live in a state, eternal state of consciousness with the One. We're going to move on to our realization step. We shall now determine, so far as we are able, what the word realization holds for us when we have released its inner power into our consciousness. We are one in spirit. And we feel that inner power. Let us continue to feel the presence without thinking about it. At this point, a continual awareness of our source begins. Here we become conscious of the activity of our Christ Spirit manifesting within the very heart of us. We should endeavor to feel the reality of the presence and to make real in our consciousness the fullness, the joy, and the freedom of the presence as it unfolds within and without us. You should not have to continue to think about it. For in our hearts we should feel the presence. All life is lived from within out. We know that the indwelling presence is wisdom and that it executes its will through us. And we are to make within us a realization of Spirit, for that is our abiding strength. At this point, I invite you to ever so slowly, ever so gently, start to bring your consciousness, your awareness back to this time and place. Let the feelings come back in your toes, your legs, your arms, your shoulders, your neck. Now we go next slide. That's the four-step approach for unity meditation. And had I taken the time that was directed to take, we'd probably be here till 2 o'clock this afternoon. But I think you get the idea. Take your time. Take it one step at a time. It's not going to do you any good to concentrate and meditate if you're not relaxed. It's not going to do you too much good if you can't concentrate. So you may have to work on that one. I know that's a big one for me. But anyway. So, do you want to meditate? Do you meditate on a regular basis? So whether you're looking to reduce stress, grow spiritually, I think you can see that mankind has been doing it forever, literally. And these traditions can help us. Can help us understand ourselves, help us find a sense of inner calm. So I'm going to leave you with two things. Number one, there's no such thing as a perfect type of meditation. Okay? The key is to find what works for you. That's why there are so many. And I know better, after being in Unity for 7 or 8 years, I know better than try to force you to do one thing all the time. That's just not going to work. That's not who we are. So, that's one thing. There's no such thing as a perfect one. The other thing I want to make sure that everyone understands is that be patient with yourself. It may take longer than you want it to for you to learn to relax or to concentrate or to reach that point in your meditation where the presence is there. Anyway, like I said, if I'd have had to do this talk back when I first started, never would have happened. But since I'm not at that point, I gave it my best shot. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for your time, and namaste.
Yeah, walking a little slow. I love doing the scanning meditation and so many other types of meditation. That was wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Thank you so much, Bill. I really appreciate it. Oh, okay. Well, now it's time to enter into generosity consciousness. We want to thank everybody who has continued to bless this community with your tithes and your offerings, because we wouldn't be here without that. We're truly blessed by your giving. Now, if you feel led by Spirit today to give, we invite you to prepare your gift now. Now, if you're led to make a recurring gift, you can do that through your financial institution, monthly, weekly, or whatever you want to do. Or you can go to our website and do it via PayPal. But right now, we invite you to hold the thought of your gift in your mind and your heart as we say our offering gift together. Hopefully you remember how that works. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty today. Okay. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen. Wonderful. So before I go up, there's a couple things I want to remind you of to let you know about the bins in the lobby. There's one for Family Service Agency. There's one for coats and jackets for West Bay Elementary School, kindergarten through 5th grade, new, gently used. There are goodies after the service out there, and there are free packages of Girl Scout cookies to anybody who wants them. Okay, so thank you very much.
Yeah. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. I'll go inside to find my God.